ADA's seeing a nice little breakout to the upside. I was getting all comfortable upstairs. I had to come downstairs and do a little video tracking this, because this is an important move to me personally, as somebody that has, if we go to the weekly chart, somebody has been covering crypto, covering ADA specifically in this bear market. This is a multi-year move that's actually happening right now, that I wanted to get on record. I want to document it because it's a very important move in terms of just the cycle shift for ADA, for the bull market, going into the bull market, and just covering technicals and waiting years for this exact move. I'm going to dig into what that exact move is. We're going to dig into, obviously, the breakout that's occurring right now, what might be next for ADA in the short term. We're going to look at ADA BTC. ADA BTC pair, so important. So please, everybody, hit the subscribe for me on your way in. Turn notifications on if you don't have them on. And also, hit the like button. Your support truly, it means so much to me as I continue to do these videos. So I want to start somewhere. Welcome to kind of bull environment, right? I want to start with a very quick clip. This was from October 31st, just over a month ago, in regards to Solana. The title of the video was Solana Skyrockets, Cardano Holders Need to Watch This. Check this out real quick. So you see what's happening with Solana right now. The 20-week moving average crossing nicely above the 50-week moving average on the weekly chart. You open up the momentum oscillators, you can actually see it. It's approaching overbought territory. That's good to take note of. But Solana was breaking out. ADA was doing nothing. I think if I scroll over to some part in the video, we can find, look, ADA price around 29 cents when I did the video. The reason I did the video as kind of a potential leading indicator of Solana being a leading indicator was because Solana was breaking out and much of crypto wasn't. ADA being one of them. ADA wasn't breaking out, but this is what crypto does, is what I kept saying. Now, take note of, at the time, if you remember the clip that I just played, Solana was entering overbought. Cardano was doing nothing. And notice, Solana's still going, by the way, right? Solana's at $72. When I covered the video end of October, what was it at? $38. So just keep that in mind. Look how much Solana has gone up even after just entering the overbought area. Now, if we go to the ADA weekly chart, I just want to take note of something. ADA is starting to break out on its own. And this is the thing. ADA, it takes a little bit longer. I've said this time and time again, but this is just the way ADA operates. But check it out. ADA now, just like at the end of October, Solana just entering overbought. ADA now, a month later, just entering overbought, breaking out of its own triangle, 85-cent target to the upside. Now, how fast or how slow that comes into fruition, that's debatable, right? This is a big pattern right here, but that's the target to the upside out of this ascend or descending triangle. So that's the first thing. I just wanted to take note of the fact that I've been doing these videos for years, and it never ceases to amaze me how consistent that whole story is. Like the story of crypto that we're in, the fact that cryptos take turns, the fact that we can even still in 2023 use altcoins that are moving as leading indicators to other altcoins that aren't moving. It's so impressive because that was one of the most obvious things in terms of crypto. And ADA is not the only altcoin that's going to follow, right, in the Solana's direction, but there's other altcoins as well. But for the context of ADA, obviously this is what the chart looks like. And we see ADA just entering the overbought territory. Now, will it have as powerful of a move as Solana? No guarantees about that. That's something we'll track. It's exciting to track. And that's kind of where we can start talking about the importance of me doing this video for myself. The reason I'm saying this is so important is it's definitely a cool chart to look at. By the way, there's 2 days, 20 hours left on this weekly candle. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green weekly candles. I'm pretty positive, I'm pretty sure that has never occurred. And so still 2 days left and 20 hours for ADA to close above 39 cents or so to get a green candle. That's something we'll be tracking, but here's why it's so important, everybody. Let me get it out there. Talking too much. This move right here. It's breaking this. This is the pivot. Obviously, from bear market to bull market, the true simple picture is just a V. Bear market, bull market, right? Bear market, bull market. this pivot point, what takes place in here to get that pivot, it's a grueling wait, especially with something like ADA, because of the narrative surrounding it. There's a lot of negativity surrounding it, which I think is completely silly. And it's just it's slower moving, but when it moves, it's pretty powerful. So that wait is kind of grueling, but part of that pivot and what makes the pivot true and defined is higher highs, macro higher highs. And they truly do take years. We fell into like a multi-year bear market, and right now ADA is breaking out. We need to see a higher high. And the weekly candle is not closed yet. So we can't even really say, right now I can say it's a higher high. But if this weekly candle closes weak, we can't really say it's a higher high yet, right? And there might be more pain before we even get it. It might be post-halving before we get it. But I did want to dig into the data just a little bit because we're getting this early move. And when I say early move, you look at this red box, this cycle around prior to the halving, ADA is starting to break out just right at the end of the box. As many of you know, if you watch my analysis, last cycle at this time, ADA was still falling right here. We were still falling. So this is kind of a gift what ADA is doing right now. But the move is very similar to the move that ADA made going into the Bitcoin halving, the actual Bitcoin halving. So you get a sense of how early this is happening this time. And I think that's a powerful indicator for ADA and how powerful this is going to be. And right now we're at 46 cents. We're not at, 5, 6 cents, or I should say around 8 or 9 cents. But here's the similarities I wanted to point out, and then we'll zoom in on the charts and we'll look at, the shorter term move that's playing out. The move on this ADA chart going into halving, this powerful move, was the move trying to break this swing high back here in the bear market, or coming out of the bear market. And it's truly the pivot point back here in the last cycle. It's trying to get that first higher high. And we got it around the Shelley hard fork and the staking mechanism coming into play. But look at it. It made the move to the resistance. And check this out. If you zoom in, you see this red candle, it stalled. It didn't just like break through it. It stalled, and it was actually sideways for a few weeks before continuing to the upside. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how the story plays out this time around, now testing a very similar area, trying to get a higher high. Is it going to stall, right? Are we going to come back down? Is it just going to break? When will we get the true higher high? That is something I'm watching so closely right now. It's so important to me as a macro person, macro investor. And look at the similarities on the RSI, everybody. Right now, the weekly RSI just getting right over there into overbought, similar to Solana that we saw at the beginning of its breakout. And then back here, this move back into halving that we just discussed, a similar move before consolidating sideways, and then the power move up. Look at this, exactly like the same area. The similarities on this chart, it's just crazy. The consistencies of these cycles. I need a new word for consistencies, but that's just what it is. The consistencies are incredible to me. So the higher high on the momentum oscillator, right at the same area, just into overbought, and trying to break the previous high, same thing. Higher high on the RSI, slower moving momentum oscillator, trying to break this macro previous swing high. We're trying to put in a higher high. So that's the weekly. That's something I'm watching very closely. Here's the daily chart, just looking real nice. You have the moving averages cruising to the upside. Oh, and by the way, in that video, Solana video, I was discussing how Solana was getting, I believe it was the 20-week crossing above the 50-week. ADA hasn't even made that power move yet. Just wait for that to happen. So I wanted to point that out. Daily chart, again, moving averages just trending up nicely. You see the 50 crossing above the 200, the 20 just cruising above both. That's the bull market environment that we want to see. I'm not saying we're in the bull market. I'm not saying, we're straight up going to all-time highs on the short term. I don't know why this chart is not loading, but in a bull market, as many of you know, there it is. This is what we want to see. We want to see the 20-day above the 50-day, that green line above the blue, and ADA just seeing higher highs and higher lows. Any cryptocurrency, that's what we want to see. The bear market is the opposite. The 20s below, and we're just seeing lower lows and lower highs. We're getting the pivot, right? So the more separation to the upside that we get, the better in terms of if there's going to be falls, because there's going to be falls. Here's the daily chart. You can see ADA. ADA is right now overextended from the 50-day moving average around 30%. When we get into that region, that's truly where we start being like, you know what? It might be time to consolidate a little bit. And even in bull markets, it consolidates, right? So throwbacks are normal. This yellow trend line, remember, we have this huge trend line on the weekly chart. That's what the yellow trend line is on the zoomed in daily. So throwbacks to triangles are normal. We're talking 30 to 35 cents. It would be normal, but I really would like to see if ADA can get even a more powerful move to the upside. Even if there's going to be sideways trading and then a powerful move to the upside, I would like to see some more separation and some more breakout, especially when it relates to the ADA BTC pair, which we're going to look at in just a minute. But this is what the move looks like right now for ADA. And you can just see there's that on the daily chart. There's that huge area we're looking to break. ADA to put in a higher high. And just look at it. ADA is just above the wicks that we had back here in April 2023 on the 6 hour. This is what the breakout is looking like. Here's the thing. When I see charts like this, it's one of two things for me. It's kind of like, and many of you know, when we get a breakout out of a triangle, we hit the target around 45 cents. I talked about it, I think, in the last video, anticipating these moves back to the pattern itself. And in this case, also confluent with that area is a Fibonacci. So the breakout area where it just kind of left the bottom of the triangle to current swing high. We have this 618 line around 40 cents, the 786 line around 39 cents. That whole area of confluence is just an area that makes sense for me. I'm always anticipating throwbacks, and sometimes they don't happen. I'm not sitting here saying, hey, everybody, we're about to top out, we're coming back down. But you better believe, in my mind, I'm always just waiting for that move because it happens so often. In terms of upside, well, let me first say, I like moves like that because this allows for new structure, right? It's kind of like here, breakout, breakout, breakout. We need a little bit of consolidation. And this right here, that's the beginning of structure for me. And it ended up being an ascending triangle. So when we get these moves back to key areas, it's just a setup of structure, whether it's an ascending triangle, descending triangle, symmetrical triangle, which we get a lot. Doesn't matter. I just like structure setting up on the charts. It really gives me the time to anticipate different things. But to the upside, let me just make note. We've already identified, if we go to the weekly chart, the 85-cent target to the upside. On the shorter term, I'm kind of just like, let ADA just, if it's going to do some short-term price discovery on these charts, let it do it. I don't need targets on the short term. I'll enjoy every penny that ADA goes up. And I'll probably post about it on X as well. So 47 cents, 48 cents. And then we get a consolidation to the downside. And then we get some structure. And that's just something we have to wait for often, right? Even back here, we can just take any example here. It just keeps going, going, going. You get these like crazy like channels, higher highs and higher lows, but then boom, right? And then we start forming some more zoomed out structure. So that's kind of on the 6 hour what I'm anticipating. But I'm just enjoying the ride up right now, enjoying the breakout, noticing that altcoins are just, especially ADA, just so undervalued in terms of what is going on in the ecosystem, the bull market that is getting ready to happen, the trillions of dollars that are coming into the space, not just into Bitcoin because of spot ETFs, but into the space. I'm very bullish at this point. ADA BTC. This is the ADA BTC chart. I think just going into this bear market, the setup actually looks better than it could have been. I believe there were people just anticipating this area to be hit, right? It's an area ADA consolidated against BTC in the last bear market low. It's a little area back here on this chart in 2017. But at the same time, we did have a little bit of a trend to the upside. This trend line so far, no guarantees. It could break. The trend line so far, a higher low for ADA BTC. And I think the worst of it is over. The bear market of it is over. There could be choppy sideways waters going into this halving, right? Similar to what happened last cycle right here, just choppy waters. But that's kind of the reason I said I would like to see even more breakout for ADA to the upside, especially against BTC, because I want to see more separation from this lower trend line. We're still very close to the lower trend line. You can even see in the middle, we're right in the middle of this red rectangle. So time frame wise, such a similar move. You can see ADA BTC. ADA actually cruised up to the 50 week moving average. It would be nice to at least get a move to that area for ADA to do that, to give you a sense of what kind of move it needs from where it is right now. We're looking at just around a 10 to 11% move against BTC in order for that to happen. So not out of the equation at all. And then the true bullish move that we're really looking for, everybody, to pivot around and to get out of this ADA BTC bear market that we've been in, is the 20-week crossing above the 50, right? The green above the blue, and then we just start seeing ADA break up above both moving averages. So 50-day moving average around 11% away, and we'll see if ADA can just continue its breakout to the upside. These are all the things I'm watching for ADA right now. Exciting to see the breakout. Exciting just to see. It was just a month ago over here. We're tracking ADA around 29 cents or so, and here we are right now. We're at 46 cents, and I truly think it's still just the beginning. Not just for ADA, but for Bitcoin, for crypto, altcoins, for the next bull cycle. So we'll continue to be cautious. We'll continue to track it. The green candles are fun. Not going to ignore that. I absolutely enjoy it. And most importantly, everybody, the reason I'm doing this video, check out, there's still 19 hours left of this daily candle, but check it out. The higher high, right now, this is what it looks like. This is a higher high. Can we get some separation? Can we get a daily close above the area? I mean, the area really is right around 46 cents or so. And we're there right now. So appreciate you all watching, especially if you're out there. It's nighttime on, what is it? What is today? I don't even know. Thursday? Time to go relax, everybody. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. The like button, you know what to do. Your support means a ton to me. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.